In a world full of somewheres with somebodies, sometimes it's nice to just sit back, relax, and journey to nowhere with Cardboard Command.
Welcome to Journey to Nowhere with Cardboard Command. We are the Cardboard Commanders.
Yes.
What up?
And this is our show.
So, what's going on?
So let's check out our pod here today. We've got Colin.
Hey, yo.
We got Spencer.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. And we got Lucas.
Hey, everybody!
Nice.
That was dope.
Nice.
Try to one-up me, man.
And this is our show.
This is a show about nothing.
So, it's a show about nothing. Nobody's ever done this before. You know, it's just a show about nothing.
Never.
Well, I mean, it's
a very
really about the
original idea.
journey to get to nothing.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
The journey's what matters.
Right.
It's not about the
It's
nothing
all about
itself.
the journey.
Yeah. That's what they say. Life is a journey, and I guess we're going nowhere.
I'm gonna ride it nowhere.
So how are things going, guys? Lucas, I noticed you have something different on your deer friend, your gilded deer.
Oh yeah, the old golden stag. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's rocking a red pseudo denim Blue Jays hat today. Looking pretty styling, you know.
Pseudo denim.
Denim?
What's up?
Yeah, because it's not
pseudo denim.
okay. Like it's not fully denim. It's pseudo.
It's
Partially.
slightly
It's
denim.
vegan?
It's partially.
Vegan denim?
I'm probably not. I don't know.
What is
I'm gonna.
vegan denim?
I wouldn't think so. Well, I mean, I don't. I have no idea.
It doesn't
I have no
exist.
idea.
Because denim
I
isn't.
don't even know them.
Actually, I guess they're all denim as vegan, unless you count like the labor. Maybe somebody died making it. Could make it less vegan. I mean, right?
This
It's
is
like
awful.
is delicious.
The people who make pseudo denim are actually they go with aristocrat strategies. They sacrifice their
Is
their
is
workers
stag
on a
technically?
Phyrexian altar, and
Jesus.
No, but there's
I
like
am-
stag venison because I know deer's venison, but would stag count or is it just stag?
Like stag is a
stag, yeah.
Oh,
male
yeah.
deer,
Is
aka buck.
Lucas, I imagine that would be
But-
that's what your Patronus charm would
Buck.
be, is a stag with a Blue Jays, a pseudo denim Blue Jays hat on.
Right? I mean,
Right.
he's missing. He's missing baseball. I get it.
Oh yeah, everybody's missing baseball. That's the number one thing I've been missing about this. It's just like,
I knew
when are
you'd
they
do
going to bring
something Blue Jay
baseball
today.
back? Oh man, God.
I wore my Blue Jay shirt.
I did know that's
Today,
hilarious.
Lucas.
Yeah, I saw that. We didn't even talk. That's really funny. Also, Colin, you're full of it. You don't care.
Hello. Yeah, no, baseball is boring,
Oh my god.
I mean, when are they going to bring magic back? That's the real question.
right?
Yeah, John, what's on the stack?
We're bringing magic back.
Hey.
That's what's on the stack.
Sucker.
I'm going to attack your eardrums right now. Here we go. So on the stack today, we've got a little bit of a special thing that's coming up that we're going to talk about quick fast.
Mhm.
We'll get to that in a second. A special event. And then after that, we're going to be talking about the place for combo in casual Magic and how it relates to the social contract for EDH.
Yep.
Yep. So first off, let's get into our special announcement. We've talked a bit about it before, but who wants to tell the folks at home what we're going to be doing on August 1st,
Whoa.
2020?
Ooh, I'm gonna say the name, and then Spencer gonna get right into it. Got it?
Let's do it.
Okay, hold on.
Let's do
Hold
it.
on. You,
Here it
Lucas,
goes.
you say one word, and then Spencer says the next word.
What?
Imagine
Oh,
imagine
one
the
word.
drum
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, it's one word. Get out of here. All right.
Yeah, let
Y'all
him
ready,
say it.
folks? Because it's the Megabowl.
Bowl.
Bowl.
That was good.
There we go.
Megabowl.
Yeah. So the Megabowl, it's being hosted by the Canada Geeks. That's Brennan. He's a great guy.
Good guy.
And
Best guy.
check him out at twitch.tv/the Canada Geeks, because that is where we're going to be August 1st at 2 p.m. We'll be there with two other streamers who are also his guests, along with ourselves. And that is Into the 99. They have a great podcast. Check it out. and Elder Dragon Skyplander, which you can also find on YouTube or Twitch. So, those are our good buddies, and we're going to all be playing a little Magic with decks that were built with $100 American, not including the basic lands or commander. And those decks are actually up to win. If you watch on the day, you have a chance of winning one of those decks as they battle for supremacy, as they battle for the cup. No, not a cup. What is it, Lucas?
A bowl.
It's a
But what kind of Colin? What kind of bowl? Is it a regular bowl?
It's a Megabowl.
It's made of bread.
Don't be an
It's
idiot.
made of bread.
Huh?
It's like
You're
the
not
Tim
mega
Hortons,
enough.
the old Tim Hortons.
You can eat it, yeah.
and then I ate the bowl.
I ate the Mega Bowl.
It's no less
you
mega. It's
Giant
just,
bread bowl.
Mega enough for this bowl?
well,
Dude,
Lucas,
if it
maybe
was-
now. Maybe now he
Might
is.
be.
Right?
Now he's done his
Before he
training.
wasn't. Yeah, he was like
No, it
such
was
a
bad.
loser, but now he's
Check
like,
our
Okay, that's a bit much.
Check our cool trailer out on YouTube. It is the Legend of the Mega Bowl. And we look forward to seeing you there on August 1st, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And it'll be a good time.
right?
Yeah, it's going to be a riot.
Yeah,
Go
it should be
ahead,
good.
Cole.
If you like 80s movies, real cliche kung fu film stuff, and you like EDH, check out
And
The Legend of the Mega Bowl on our YouTube channel. It is basically how the Mega Bowl became.
Yeah.
True
Young
story.
up-and-coming heroes.
True story based on our
rivalry.
lives. Rivalry. There's betrayal.
Wizards.
You know, you got to
Yep.
be 18 or older to watch it, though, unfortunately. Sorry.
Really
Romance.
old wizards, like
Romance.
definitely way past their 30s. You know?
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
That was really, really fun to watch. I think you guys did a great job. There's some really amazing acting going on in there.
It's a lot of good acting.
I think I mean, it's early in the season, but I think there are going to be a few Oscar nominees just from that 3-person cast.
Right? Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yep, and it's
Yeah,
like funny.
you guys
Like
all
I wasn't
did
even
a great job.
right, and we weren't even going for it. You know, like we'd do like the podcast, we do the audio and everything. But I mean, we're like, hey, let's give our hand at acting a try. And
Right?
apparently, we're just professionals in everything we do.
Spencer
So,
as
You know who
the
stole the
master.
show for me though?
With no
yeah,
ego.
Spencer stole the show.
Spencer
for me a
is the
little bit
master.
there. I think we need to have.
100%.
I think we need to have the master on this podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, we can do that
for
sometime.
for an hour. Oh man, that would like blow your voice out.
yeah. Unfortunately, we have to go find him, so he's hard to find. So it might
Yeah.
take a
Right.
few
I mean,
months or
the
something.
location
but-
was
Yeah.
unknown. So
I
Maybe
hear
we'll
that
have him as a guest.
I hear that wizard's somewhere out on the coast somewhere, so we just got to get him back.
Yes.
oh yeah,
Good
cool. So
thinking.
we just all the coastline of the entire planet. We'll find him eventually.
We'll find him.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's
Well,
there.
we'll get there.
He's
you know,
he's there for
Is he-
sure.
Is he of the coast or on the coast? Is he a wizard on the coast?
Yeah, he's on the coast. Yeah, he bought
Well, I think-
property out there before it became
Yeah.
really expensive too. So he great investor as well.
He's
Yeah,
just
totally.
He's a real estate wizard as well.
Yeah, he also put a
You
lot of
know?
money in Mana Crypt a couple years ago. So he's got, he's got a couple Mana Crypts he's got invested. Yeah, it's really big money for him. He's the master. I mean, it's
You
what
know?
it is.
But it's going to be an awesome day. 4 games throughout the games. In between is going to be commentary run by yours truly. I mean, and we're going to meet based on the podcast. You know, we're going to be asking the real questions.
Right.
Get to the important. You know, really about strategy, all the effort they put into this. I mean, it's going to be pretty amazing. I'm excited for that part. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's going to be
Oh,
fun.
yeah. The commentators are going to be real interesting. Get ready for that.
100%.
Yep. Oh yeah. So it's gonna be a blast. And just quick, you know, like he was saying, buying all those decks. We're all supporting a local game store with it too. Keep that going. So it's a full, nothing but like positive for the Magic community for all of us. It's gonna be a blast. So I'm looking forward to it. So be sure to keep checking out all of our social medias. We're putting up a lot there, linking with the other creators. It's gonna get intense.
Yeah. 100%.
Who do you guys think is gonna win the Mega Bowl?
I don't know.
Well, we are going to be running. It's official now, right, guys? It's
It's
official.
fish.
Who we're running.
It is
Oh yeah, okay.
fish.
So
fish
so the
in
background.
the dish.
I think it's a fish in the dish. But it's a fish in the bowl.
Oh yeah,
Megabowl.
right. Damn it! Sorry guys, I'm already screwing up. I gotta get this.
So we had there were I think 100 submissions from each of the 4 channels in total. So 100 submissions in total. 25 per channel were submitted. 25 commanders, and then they all went into a digital hat, and we got
digital bowl.
Each channel had 3 drawn for them. And our fans voted for our commanders that we would be using. So this is just the background. And now Spencer's going to tell a bit about what we got and how we do and why we're going to win.
Nice.
Ruhan of the Fomori.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're playing.
Ooh, you asked for them, you're getting them, people.
Yeah. Ruhan.
Oh, it's gonna
Thank
be
you for
fun.
voting.
So excited about it.
Ruhan Solo.
But yeah, so that's our boy. Forticast Jeskai Commander 7/7. Swings every turn at a random different opponent. Now, here's the thing. That's gonna be a real difficult game to play. Because if we take a look at our competitors, what do we have up against us?
Ooh.
Do you guys remember any of these?
I know combo mostly.
Well, yeah. What are we most scared of? Because they're the 3 other commanders that they've picked. Like, who do we think is going to be the biggest challenger out of what is it? Kambal, Soul Kanar, the Swamp Guy.
Yeah, well, let's lay them out first. Let's lay them out.
And
Like-
Thantis.
Yeah.
Well, the Canada
The
Geeks
Warweaver.
will be running Soul Kanar, the Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Into the 99, we'll be running Thantis, the Warweaver.
Yep.
And then we have Elder Dragon Skypelander running Kumbal, Consul of Allocation.
Oh, that's that commander I'm most concerned about.
Yes.
100%.
That commander is very scary, but I think it's worth noting that Thantis is actually almost designed to be anti our commander.
Yeah, he's bad.
All
Thantis
creatures
is very
attack
bad
each
for us.
combat if able. We already have that, but the problem is whenever a creature attacks the player with Thantis, they can put a +1/+1 counter on Thantis. So it's going to get real big, and we're talking about all it needs is once it hits the field, it just needs a little bit of power, and then it's going to be able to block and kill our commander. That's scary.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
And
he's
the
just
other
going to
thing
need
is
2 attacks.
So that's already a kind of a deterrent to attacking to attack Thantis, and because you don't want to make it big, you don't want to make their commander big. But because Thantis is a bit less of a popular Pillow Forty type commander in Jund, there are also some very budget options for setting up a Pillow Fort, or a pseudo Pillow Fort. It's like just more reasons to discourage your opponents attacking you, like they lose life for each creature attacking you, something like that. And that is another thing that's really good against our deck with our Forticast 7/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stopping attacks.
It's worth noting, though, that Kambal, who I think we're also, as Lucas mentioned, very terrified of, because of the amount of life loss that Orzhov commanders with that kind of build can cause. A lot of the cards that Kambal needs to be really, really powerful are also really, really expensive. And there's a $100 USD cap on deck building.
Good point. Yeah, you can't get Exquisite Blood, right? That's a $50 card.
Yep. Can't get Painful Quandary,
man.
really. That's a $14 card.
But if they did, though, if they spent half the budget on one card and then everything else is like quarters,
And then just
I don't
tutor
know.
for it,
That-
which you
that-
can.
I don't know. That'd be some mad respect. It'd be hilarious.
You guys, wait, Spencer, you said $100 cap. You think that cap will cost only $100? Look at that cap he's
It's a
wearing.
nice
Kambal.
cap. Good point.
It's a pretty nice cap.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
gotta be
true.
more than $100.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's gold.
That's good.
But you know how they got around it? The $100 budget does not include the commander or basic lands. So was it all the commanders that we entered? They were what, $10 or less?
Yeah.
Yeah.
think.
So if you're looking at buying about 62 cards, not including non-basic lands, which also go towards the budget. So if you're trying to be careful with your lands as well, you're probably looking at like anywhere from 5 to 10 reliable non-basics. So it could be 67 to 72 cards that you have to budget for within $100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was saying that hat, it looked like a $10 hat. That was basically, that had to be capped at a $10. Yeah.
That hat? Are you looking at this
Incorrect.
hat? It's gold.
That hat is
pops
gorgeous.
out, like it pops off of the actual hat itself, I think.
I don't know, man.
It's a
I think
very
that hat's
For
made of
expensive
sun
hat.
protection for like this much of your head.
Right?
I would have agreed. Originally, I was like, "Oh, that's a gold hat," but Lucas is right. That's actually a really cheap hat.
What?
It's made of cardboard.
$10.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
Cardboard.
know, man.
He probably got it for free, took it out of the recycler, and then he spent at most $10 on gold spray paint. There
You
you
think he spray painted
As
it?
Magic players, though,
How
Magic
else?
players, I
Spray
think we can
paint.
appreciate how expensive cardboard can actually be.
Oh, good point.
Oh, jeez.
Just talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
$50
Ironically,
cardboard.
actually
It's
costs
$100
way
hat.
more than
It's
gold.
made of Magic cards.
I think Comball, you don't even need to spend that much to make that guy super dangerous. You know, and we don't have any black, right, in our color, if I'm not mistaken. So
Nope.
we can't make him, like, I was just thinking if we could put in like false cure or things like that just to punish him for the life gain, but I don't think anyone will. So he'll probably go unchecked.
Ooh. Yeah.
Life
How much do
gain
false
wise.
cures run for?
You know what? That's a really good point.
Not much.
Also,
Pretty cheap.
Boaz's Citadel is affordable for the deck.
Yep. Super affordable. It's like
That's
$4, $5
that is
card.
scary.
Oh, he's gonna drop
Oh,
it. He's for
no.
sure gonna buy that.
Yeah, like they're gonna have
Well,
to.
things,
then.
yeah, anything where you're leveraging that life gain too. Like Vilas would be really good in that deck.
Oh my god, yeah.
Bit harder to cast them because you don't have access to, or as easy access to, like big mana and black. But
What about even the guys that I played
do
yesterday? Krav, the Demon, and
Krav Maga?
Regna. Krav Maga and Regna, the
Yeah.
Redeemer.
The
Like
Redeemer and Unredeemed.
every turn you're going to be
Redeemer.
gaining life, which means you trigger them all. So you're making 2 soldiers every turn, 8 soldiers around. Pay 1 black, sack 8, draw 8, gain 8, put 8 counters on him. Terrifying.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Obsidian,
work.
Blood Artists,
Obsidian.
Soul Wardens.
Basically
Yeah.
everything. We're
Sucha Priest.
we're in trouble. Yeah.
Sucha Priest. He's Sucha Priest.
They could run they could run Felidar Sovereign and just win without anyone realizing.
So
Yeah.
all right. So basically
um,
board
Fear.
wipes, and there you go.
Fear on that. Yeah.
well, plus in Orzhov they're gonna have a lot of removal options.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's why it's
Like
so
roots.
dangerous, dude.
Yeah. But you know what though? Back with Thantis the Warweaver, I actually think this guy is going to be doing us some big old favors. Because if they play Comball, he has to attack. So he can't just sit there and do his life drain garbage.
Oh.
He's going to have to swing. And if he swings at either of us, we've got bigger creatures.
That's true.
Everybody
Yeah,
does.
That just means that we need to find out how to have creatures that don't swing. For example, Defender is a good way to have a creature on the field so you don't have to swing. You have something that can block, and if it's a big defender, it could kill those creatures.
Good point. Great
Yeah,
point,
there,
Spence.
because how big is
Smart.
Solkanar? Yeah,
Just
5/5. Yeah.
Build a deck. Build our deck based on Thantis the Warweaver.
Yeah, he's gonna back us up.
Hope he plays it. Come on, play
Lots
it.
of,
Come on, play
lots
it.
of protection, lots of big walls, big booties in
Yeah.
a way.
And
just
then-
basically build a Thantis the Warweaver deck in Jeskai,
Yeah,
and then steal his commander.
yeah, exactly. Blue, yoink, and then the whole time Brennan's gonna be sitting there with Solkanar just gaining a buttload of life because 3 of the 4
Yeah.
decks have black. So he's just gonna sit there, bing, 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 bing,
Oh,
bing.
God.
Like
It
3
is
out of
worth
4, right?
Noting, we are the only deck with blue.
No, we're not. Solkanar's
no,
got
not.
blue,
Solkanar.
right?
Oh, great.
He's Grixis, man. So he's got
Okay.
Grixis.
So then we have Brennan to potentially. I see an allyship there because it's worth noting Swamp Walk and 2 of the decks have black.
2 out of the 3, right? He's going to be swinging at them. So then how's he going to be planning to deal with us? That's that question.
So I think
there are a lot of so it's a little expensive. We were talking about throwing Urborg in there and just spending all your budget on making everything swamps.
But there are cheaper alternatives.
I think it's better to. There are cheaper alternatives that can like make 1 or 2 swamps, land swamps. And I think that's probably what they'll go for is that target stuff. And I think they'll pay a lot of attention to the life gain and casting black spells.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I would build around.
Hey, yeah, I could do drain then.
But gaining a life every time you cast every time a black spell resolves.
A player casts a black spell.
Yeah, successfully cast. So
plays.
Does that mean when the spell resolves or on ETB?
Dude, cast. When they cast it. It could get cast.
But it says successfully cast. It's like an old...
No, so I've got the language right here. What's it? The Oracle text?
The Oracle?
Whenever a player casts a black spell, you gain a life.
Whenever a player casts a black spell, I think that this commander at first looked very unassuming, but that is very good.
He's
it's not
like
even just you. Like
I
know
player, and 3 out of 4 are going to be doing that.
Yeah.
He's like the original Aloro in a way.
So he's basically unblockable 5/5 who gains life every time somebody plays a black spell. Pretty good.
He's going to be sitting pretty good.
Pretty good. Plus he's got red to beef him up.
Right.
Double strike,
for
double damage.
jank.
Blue, well, that's what John was saying.
You know
blue,
what?
and I just looked at it. I was trying to make a new deck. Lucas encouraged me to maybe make a mono blue deck. So I was like, oh, what kind of weird deck? Because I don't really like mono blue that much. One of the deck ideas was color changing, because blue has a ton of cards that change colors of spells being cast, of things in play that are super cheap. It's like
Blind Seer
super
is one of the,
cool.
Yeah, coolest decks out there.
There's like a ton of cool cards where it's like wipe all, red permanents. So you just like change everything to red and just like whoop, you just blow everything up. Like he could be doing stuff like that. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Momir Vig Hackball. Momir Vig,
is that?
I can't remember exactly the abilities, but essentially, what you're able to do. So it's a Simic commander, so blue and green.
Love it.
And he's able to bring, I think he's able to bring green permanent or green creature to the top of your library. And then if you like cast a card I can't remember.
This is crazy.
Anyway,
I was going to say, are you trying to memorize it and not try follow it again?
It's been a while. All right, so
card,
Momir Vig.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's been a whole week.
If you cast a green creature, or is it a green spell? I forget. Search for
green
a green creature, put it on top of your deck. If you cast a blue one, you can put the top. You can reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a creature, put it in your hand. So the trick is if you dual up your colors, you can just tutor things right into your hand.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
There you go.
Very cool.
For like just the price of casting something, basically.
I love.
So
it's
so
good. Sorry.
My description just like completely went off.
So it's you pay. I think you pay 3, and you move it into the graveyard, and then I think you
wait. I think
Wait. On top. Then if you pay, what do you pay?
Wait, you put a card on top of your deck. We don't know how it got there or where it came from, but you put it there.
Sorry, John.
You balance a card on the end of your nose like a seal.
Like a seal.
Then you have to say or 3 times, like or.
Everybody loves Marine Land. You talk about that for a bit.
And somebody throws
and then
a fish.
So you get fed a fish. Target opponent feeds you a raw fish.
Yeah, I think that's one of the guidelines. Like I think it's on the card. It's you have to have Mystic Remora in this deck. You have to eat it. Yeah, you got to feed the. Well, you got to feed the fish.
Feed the fish.
Right. So
feed the fish, baby.
Anyways, John, sorry.
Anyway, so yes, the color changing thing, Momir Vig, very good. Also, mono blue would be really fun. I did run into a deck that was into hacking cards and then using, the color change or the color that you made it to your advantage. Very interesting tech there for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question with
but
that.
Solkanar, I think, is very under the radar.
Yep.
Especially that life gain part of it.
100%.
Right? So that tech that you just described, were there artifacts in it? Was it artifact based?
Probably artifacts, full, heavy.
In Momir Vig or in...
Are you asking that because it's John?
The mono
Yeah.
black
Yes, 100%.
It's not my deck.
I thought you just said like you used it or built it, or it was like
Thinking
a
of it,
mechanic
actually.
you worked on or something.
Yeah, no, I was interested in the Momir Vig thing for a while because it was like competitive-ish, but also pretty budget. And I just decided not to because we don't play competitive Magic. So why would I get a Momir Vig deck?
So you can put all your artifacts.
Yeah, the tech of it sounds
Yeah.
cool.
You're probably like, oh man, I feel like I could fit a bunch of artifacts in this deck. And then you're like,
I already got them too. So
John, I would love to see if you built a Momir Vig deck. Also, I miss getting a little competitive with it. Like I miss your Anya deck and stuff.
yeah, like
that'd be...
we don't play CEDH, but like let's get real. A handful of the decks we've been bringing to the table recently, they're creeping, man.
straight gangsta creep.
We're
Straight
getting there.
gangsta creep. Anya.
Oh.
You don't bring Dino Daddy out anymore?
Gotta
Yeah,
see
John.
that. Gotta get
Every
on
time
that,
I bring
man.
out a good deck, all I hear is complaining. So I have
So
to
you
try
bring-
and make my decks worse to play against you guys.
Oh
Dude.
my god, yeah, really.
Oh, okay. You know what? You say
Hey.
that. I'm bringing Joda today.
Dude, I can't even play Alora without people being, all right, let's just kill Colin. Let's attack. Everyone attack him.
Okay, but
It's the
as
price
our,
you pay. It's the price
Yeah.
you pay.
but as
for
proven
victory.
via that stream game last night, we weren't wrong. We weren't wrong, and I should have attacked you nonstop. And like, oh,
You did.
100%.
You just didn't attack me
I was
one
like-
time.
yeah, which was the biggest attack where I smoked John.
yeah, true.
Okay, I know this
I
is a
was
bit of a
like,
non sequitur.
oh, hey, I
but-
just found out my deck doesn't work. And Lucas is like, I attack you for 38.
Yeah, it did.
I just found out my deck doesn't work, and I'm playing Boros.
Well, I figured,
John,
you know,
I'm attacking you for 38.
well, you're gonna be sitting there with a not working deck anyway. If anything, I'm kind of doing you a favor. Okay, you can,
Cut your
you
life
can go,
short.
you can go make a smoothie. You know,
Hey guys,
But you didn't. You just left me around after that.
yeah, it's pretty.
I-
Well, hey,
I
I'm
got you.
playing. I was playing a cat deck, so I mean, that's pretty on
That
par
is
with
what
the
cats
cat
do.
deck, right? I'm
There's
just
nothing
just
more cat.
torture you and then just leave you.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
true.
right.
There's nothing more cat than just
Right?
bringing you to the brink of death and then just like playing with your half-dead corpse,
Batch around.
presenting me to your master, Aloro.
Right? See, I embody the deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a method Magic player. I play the deck. It's got a theme. I embody the theme. I think I did
There's a
pretty
method
well.
to
I'm
his
pretty
magic.
proud of that. Yeah, see,
Okay,
there you go.
I've actually been playing a lot of theme decks lately, and tonight I don't want to. I want to just bring the Thunder, and I'm trying to decide what to bring.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, like I've played around with the idea of bringing like, my Malira deck or Derevi or
Derevi.
Ulamog Butcher of Truth or
Oh.
not Ulamog, Kozilek Butcher of Truth
Oh, yeah.
or Joda. So
They brutes. See, these are all like 8
Thoughts?
power level decks ish. Like they're all floating around there. Like that's some heat.
yeah, they bring
Oh,
Thunder.
yeah.
Spencer wants
That
to
sounds like
basically show up and win, right? Because he doesn't have the best luck when we record games. So I get it. But
I'll
bring
probably end
whatever
up
you
with like
want.
2 lands.
yeah,
Oh, I'm excited, man. I don't know. It's
Okay.
gonna be good.
I'll
It's
roll
gonna
the
be a
dice.
good game.
Kozilek's brutal. I'm bringing Torby, mono red.
Oh, Torbrand. That
Oh,
deck
baby.
is I don't know. I'm amazed.
So
It like
fun.
it gets so out of hand so fast.
Does.
Like it's so
My favorite
powerful.
deck probably to play with.
Oh my god,
really
I
cool.
get it. And all those blue
Counter
like
spells.
counter
my
spells that
favorite.
like nobody expects.
Oh man, I wanted to do a podcast or at least a topic on it. So maybe it's not the right time, but I'm going to say it just because I'm thinking about it. Is that
Oh man.
Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast maybe some of the top best counter spells in Magic? I personally think, and I'll tell you this: and why is because they cost 1, and they counter most of the terrifying game-winning spells in the game, right? Blue has these big game winners like extra turns.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they even counter most commanders. For 1 red, you can always hold up 1 red. So I think those are some of the best, and they blow up permanents as well. So they have 2 purposes. That's why I think they are some of the best, if not.
Right. And financially, they cost nothing, right? They're like a dime or like
No,
a quarter.
no, they're not that cheap. Like $4 or $5. Yeah. Dude, they're...
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
no,
pop.
so you
Yeah,
see, some people be knowing then. Some
People
folks be in the know.
People be knowing. But that's the thing, everybody's like, oh man, Force of Will. Obviously amazing. But red Elemental Blast for 1, it's got 2 purposes. I mean, I know it targets red only or blue only, but there'd be a lot of blue stuff in Commander.
Yeah, people don't really build with like anti-color specific cards. If you can choose a color, they do. But if you don't, and it's just 1 color, they don't really build into your deck unless it is a deck that changes colors or it's blue.
Yeah.
If it's anti-blue. Yeah.
Well, right, and because it would normally feel kind of limiting. Like when I look at those cards, that's why I don't put them in normally. Because I'm like, if I'm not playing somebody that has this color or like base in this color, then I wasted a slot. But I mean, mono red, you're just digging for any answers you can get.
Yeah.
And so, and like playing that deck with you, I have seen you have the answer more than like anyone else on the table when
It's
you
really
play.
funny to
It's
be
hilarious.
like, all right, here comes the mono red guy.
He's got the most counters and he's got the solutions
stupid.
besides burn. It's so funny.
Yeah. Actually, even when you're not playing somebody who has blue, they're good because in red, you're cycling all the time. You're discarding a card to draw, and so they're great draw fodder as well. So they honestly, I think, you're looting. Not cycling. You're looting.
Straight shooting.
Give it a loot.
So I think that, they're probably my favorite counter spells in the game because I don't own a Force of Will for very obvious reasons. I don't own a friggin' 0 casting situation for very obvious reasons. So.
Well, and even if you did, you wouldn't be playing that in your mono red deck. So
good point, John. Get the big brains on
the
John.
in-house professional.
I've done the calculations in my head, and you know the rest.
So I will put in a Force of Will.
I think we should move on because I think we could talk about some of this stuff in our next topic.
Yes.
Megabowl's coming up. Check it out on August 1st at 2 p.m. till late. We're going to have a bunch of games going on. It's a deck building challenge between a bunch of different channels. Very exciting. And you have the opportunity to win the decks that we built.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Which is awesome.
Shout out and thanks
now we'll
to...
shift gears, I think.
Oh, I was going to say, just quick shout out and thanks to Brennan with the Canada Geeks for reaching out to us to get involved and pretty much championing the whole thing. So
dope.
Wouldn't be done without him.
Oh, yeah.
What up, buddy? Can we get a ceremonial honk for the Canada Geeks? Honk, 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 honk.
Zenaguth. It's me, Zenaguth. I'm back. The Canada Geek.
Zenagoose.
I love Zenagoose. It's my favorite.
Zenagoose. That was a big callback to one of our episodes, one of our gameplay episodes.
Ooh, Tab 3, got to check it out, baby.
The next topic for today is, of course, combo in casual EDH. Is it appropriate? Do you think that it goes against the social contract to play infinite combos in casual EDH? Discuss.
Well, I want to hear John's answer first.
Yeah, John, you hate it so much, so let's hear it.
So the question is, does it go against the social contract to play infinite combos in, or are we saying combo or infinite combos?
Either.
Okay, combo or infinite, any combos, any
What?
combo strategies in EDH.
Like,
and the answer is,
I would say maybe
no.
infinite.
It got to be infinite. I mean, geez, a combo.
Yeah.
Well, I
No.
mean, instant kill and infinite, big diff.
All
You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
no.
Here it goes.
It's a completely appropriate thing to do.
Oh, okay, there you go.
100%.
Yep. Agreed.
Like,
Yeah.
Nobody's
I
going to
agree.
convince me otherwise. So that's the easy answer. But like, okay, so why do we think then, is this something in the community that's been a problem that's been, raised? Like some people don't like playing against decks that have infinite combos in them. And so what's the appropriate thing? Do we just say as across casual EDH players that we're just going to have this social contract and not play them like some other strategies? Or do we kind of use our own judgment and make sure that we're having conversations about things to, kind of have people know what they're getting into, basically?
Yeah,
and
like
for me, that last one's the big one.
And I'm not. And so here's the funny thing: I'm not necessarily even like gonna attempt to like change your mind. Like you're like, no one's gonna change my mind on it and say that they're not. I want to complain because I hate them.
Yeah.
It just, oh man, like I
Complain on,
can't.
dog.
I just like, dude. Okay, and it's funny that we bring this up now because I've just had a good talk with a buddy of ours about this specifically. I ain't gonna name him, not gonna throw him out under the bus, but he runs a couple decks and they're all like a few card infinite win combos, and a bunch of them are like mods of like Mitch Commander Quarter budget decks, which apparently I think he just loves, like a couple card infinite wins. And so like one of them, he runs it in what's the egg mom dino egg?
Atla Palani.
Oh, thank you. Atla. Runs it in Atla, and it's like a couple pieces because you need Revelark, you need Karmic Guide, which is classic, you need the Sack Outlet, which is blasting station, so then he's pinging you, and he just sits there and like machine guns everybody with them. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's 3 cards out of 100, but because of Atla with fishing for stuff, like he somehow gets them every time. Every time. You know it's coming. And it's like, I don't know. It changes the game entirely. Once that comes out, it's kind of the same we were talking about with like a Loro, Colin. Like once he puts that commander on the field, it's the groaner. Everyone's like, oh, here we go. And then it's just like instant arch enemy. You need to somehow prep for it, but how can you?
Yeah.
Because it becomes like an infinite loop with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just, oh my gosh. So that's one that drives me crazy. Then another, which is hilarious, Spencer. It's so funny to watch. I have seen you so many times we're playing a game and you'll be like looking at cards for a sec and be like, wait, no, I think I'm infinite. Oh, wait, yeah, crap, I'm infinite, guys. Oh, man, it's like, you've
I'm
said that
infinite.
so many times. It's like, oh, I'm infinite. And you're like, how? And you're like, hang on, let me, and you like kind of look at it. And then it's always infinite everything. You're never just like infinite one. It's like I have infinite mana. I can draw my whole deck if I want, so I can play my whole deck. And it's like some like, oh, right? So sorry, I just finished.
Year,
yeah, go.
I've been trying to like not build infinite combo decks. That's been like my whole thing. I've been building theme decks.
Yes, and I've noticed
Elder Dragons, or I'd build Yargle because it's funny, and then something happens, and oh wait, apparently these 10 cards go infinite together. But I needed the 10 cards.
Yeah, but
Right?
is
And then
that
it just
like 10 card
happens,
infinite
like-
combo? I don't think counts.
Yeah.
At that point, it's an accident.
No,
10
well, and that's the
cards.
thing, because I'll watch him do it accidentally.
Yeah.
He's not fishing for parts. Like that Atla deck is like, no, I'm gunning for these cards and I'm taking you out. Versus Spencer will just be playing, dropping stuff, and then be like, oh crap,
But
it
that's why-
happened again.
That's a huge
It's so
difference.
funny.
Like, I think that
Very
if
much,
a deck's like, my strategy is this combo, it can't win otherwise. That sucks. Your deck's weak because it can be stopped,
Ooh, shots fired.
and it's boring. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it's boring as hell. So
And that I agree with.
So if your deck can't, like, if it all it's supposed to do is tutor up those combos and win with it, I think it's super boring to play against. It's going to be boring, I think, to play over time. And like, what happens if you lose it? A card gets card gets countered and exiled or something, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm dead. It's like, oh, great, okay, well, you know, I just think that your deck should be able to hang and slang without necessarily finding the combo every time. That's
without one specific thing.
without one thing. Like Aloro has the classic exquisite blood whatever combo for 2 pieces. And I don't really like it anymore. I don't search for it anymore because I find 2-piece combos are so kind of cheap. I'll be honest.
And I guess it's specifically
Well,
it's the
isn't that
2-card
a
combos that drive me nuts.
No, it's 2 cards. You need
That's a 1-card combo.
No, you need that, and you need another card that says
Sanguine.
when you gain life, somebody loses life, and then exquisite blood is when they lose life, you gain life. So it's
And then once
it's kind of
life
cheap
changes.
and boring. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. If your deck, all it's supposed to do is combo. If I know about it, I'm gonna kill you first on the ground or whatever, and then we'll just move on with the game. I don't know. That's just me personally. I think it's boring.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, if you know that the group is going to be playing combo, then you can hold up your interaction for that, or you can, adapt your decks to that meta if you play with these people often. And it doesn't have to be I think that this social contract thing is, I don't think we really need it.
Well, we don't really have it. It doesn't actually
think that,
exist. I mean, it's just some
Well, we
fake.
do. Like, people don't play land destruction, and because of that, land-based deck strategies are extremely powerful right now, and they're unchecked. I'm not saying that you should play land destruction as your deck strategy, but I think that we should be more open to land destruction and the strategies that people tend not to want to play against. But I think, for me, there's a reason that they don't want to play against that. It's because it can grind or they have reputations of grinding the game to a halt, and basically people can't do what they came there to do, to play Magic. One really good example of somebody who I think plays land destruction well is Scott. My buddy Scott from England. I don't know if you guys have played his Alayla deck, but I think it's in that deck. But anyway, so in one of those decks, he has an Armageddon. But the only time he'll play it is if he can win within the next turn, basically. Otherwise, he won't play it because it's just too boring and annoying. And I think that's the main thing that people don't like, is they don't like to come to the table. And I really don't like this. If I come to the table and my deck isn't able to play, I'm not able to play my deck strategy the way I want to, or at least partially the way I want to, then that's what's, more upsetting to me than a specific strategy.
Yeah.
We're in a unique format where it's not one-on-one, it's a group of people, and there are people who want to win, no question. There's a subset of the Commander community that only want to win, and that's their goal. But I think for the most part, people just want to do their thing. They want to feel like their deck worked. They want to feel like they had an impact on the game somehow, whether that's really good politics or whether that's a really cool combination, a combo in the deck, or synergy where the deck kind of goes off a bit and does something really cool, even if they're stopped. But as for social contract, I think it's an interesting subject matter. And I agree that it's very nebulous, but I do think that it's a model that we've created to explain something that we just should be doing as players and as people, and that is communicating.
Ooh, nice.
If you go to your LGS, or if you're hanging out with your play group and you're sitting down, you want to make sure that you're not showing up with a deck that is just going to run everybody over and not have a good game. I mean, if you're running a competitive EDH deck, if you show up with Food Chain, the first sliver, you're showing up with a deck that nobody else is going to compete with if they're running Yargle and Brushwag Tribal or something, right?
Zerda.
That's not to say that Zerda can't be built to go off. I just know that John Zerda is going to be a really cool, reasonable one, because you're not putting Grim Monolith and Basalt Monolith in there. Not to say that those cards won't be reasonable to have.
Basalt Monolith is in there.
Oh, beautiful!
But I didn't put my. I didn't put my so here's where we. Sorry, I have a segue for that, right?
Cool.
I I'm not, but I'll let you finish first with your thing. This goes back to combo too, which is good.
Okay, then I'll hand off to you right after this. So
Sure, yeah.
But I'll use that as an example because basically, if you're showing up with Zerda and Zerda's able to combo, you're like going to let us know, hey, so this is my Zerda deck. There might be a couple combos in here, but it's not going to be an unreasonably powerful step on your face kind of combo deck. But if it is, you'd let us know that too. So we can adjust, pick out a different deck. And if people don't have decks that can play at that level, then it kind of falls on the person who's showing up with that deck to adjust. And the cost of that is if you choose not to listen, if you choose not to communicate and not try and compromise with your play group or your meta or your LGS players, then what you're doing is you're setting up a scenario where people won't want to play with you, or they'll be very upset when they do. And it's your call if that's how you want to treat people. It's about respect.
Yeah. And I think so, like, I didn't tell you guys about having the Basalt Monolith in there last night, and that is an infinite infinite colorless mana combo with Basalt Monolith and Zerda on the field. However, this is where I go with combos. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't actually play a lot of tutors in my decks, and when I do play tutors, for example, last night I tutored up this a piece of tech that I wanted to try out instead of tutoring for the Basalt Monolith into my graveyard, right? Like, I specifically chose to tutor for a different artifact. And I think that's where, again, the communication and the adaptation from both sides comes in. Like, if you want to close out the game, right, tutor for the Basalt Monolith, close out the game, and you feel it's appropriate to go on to the next game, that's cool. If you think that it's just going to raise the salt level, I mean, I think it's a completely appropriate if you've been like, I have this combo in here, and you get the combo first game, and then you can adjust for next game. But you have the opportunity to adjust your play style, even in a really tuned deck. You could say, like Colin saying, he doesn't tutor up his
Exquisite Blood.
What's it called? Exquisite Blood, because it's just boring, right? It's like, okay, I could do this and win the game, but I'd rather try out some of the other pieces of my deck. Whereas then if you go and play some really, really good decks, you can actually start to do those things. You can use your tutors to get those powerful pieces because people have those more expensive interaction pieces and maybe some stacks and the ability to also be winning on at that like kind of same turn mark that you're at.
Yeah.
And again, I think Spencer put it really, really well. Like you have to play to your meta sometimes, and I think that opens us up to a lot of more of the fun things that you can do in Magic if you do that. Right, like not playing your mass land destruction unless you can win the game. Choosing to tutor up different things rather than the like final combo piece if you think that it's gonna win you the game too soon and people aren't ready to go on to the next one or haven't had a chance to use their deck. Or if things are, if it's looking like you're playing in a powerful meta, then go for it. Get rid of the river. Get rid of the river.
If your meta's cool with mass land destruction, or if they're like on this one time, you're like, hey, would it be cool if I showed up with that? And everybody's like, yeah, that one time, that'd be cool. Then go for it. Just, be respectful of the players you're with, communicate with them. And that's how you have a good time. And like to John not mentioning the Basalt Monolith last night. It's not like you had to tell us about that. We don't need to know what your combo is. We just need to know what your deck kind of does. And you did let us know until we kind of had that little issue where the deck didn't work properly, which was really, really unfortunate. We look forward to seeing it.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Okay, can we just say, I don't know, Lucas, if you wanted to say anything about the topic they're talking about, but I did want to talk about how hilarious John's commander only has really 3 sentences. The first 2.
So yes, I do want to say something about it. So let me do that. And then, we're going to end making fun of John because that's a great way to go.
Yeah. All right.
So just quick, look at him. So just quick with it. So I, as you all know, run an Elish Norn deck. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners, once they heard me say that, all went, oh, God. And I get it. And that's like kind of the initial with that is I always ask the table in the play group if they're okay with me playing it. Because if you have like a 2 toughness commander, then that's going to suck. And I don't want to do it. So then your deck's not going to work. You can't play your commander. Like, that sucks. That's not fun. I don't want to do that. And ultimately with the social contracts and everything, it's like you can endlessly debate any of them on what's in and what's out and everything. And with that chat that I'd had with our buddy, what I really liked, and it connects with all this, is for us, it got to the importance of playing the game. And sure, playing to win is great. And like, I'm an aggressive player, winning's fun. But you know what? I would rather lose games all night to have been sitting and playing Magic with my friends. And that's what all that stuff's about. And for me, that's what's important. So honoring that so you can have that good group and the good people you connect with, have a fun time. That's what I remember. I'm not going to remember necessarily how many I won versus lost as opposed to that great time hanging out with you guys. Mm-hmm. That's all I wanted to say.
Fair enough.
That's really nice.
Isn't that nice?
Right? Now, enough of being nice. Speaking of being nice, let's make fun of one of our best friends.
All right, let's pull Zerd out.
Listen, Lucas seems like a nice guy, but he really stomped me with those kitties last night. It doesn't feel good.
Hey, and I have apologized. I really should have hit.
I'll take you for 38.
I really should have hit Colin. I just didn't want to he kept complaining.
Oh,
and I was like, I am getting sick of your whining.
That's Colin's
playing
politics.
Magic.
He's like, oh,
it
there's
is.
nobody else at the table here.
Well, yeah, because every single person
guys.
continually attacked me. It's annoying because it's like I didn't really have anything, right? I had a handful of lands and like I had one creature and everyone's like, oh my God, it's so awful. I'm just like,
yeah, and I kept attacking you to keep your life at 40 or around 40. That's why.
Yeah.
To be fair
damage
to Colin,
control.
To be fair to Colin, he kind of got like the short end of the stick twice in a row now because when we were playing Pramicon, you were directly across from me, so you just were in the fire.
Oh, that day when we were playing Pramicon, everything was coming at me. I had everything removed for 2 games
Half
straight.
Half of that was like, bad luck, though.
In the end, I'm just like, whatever. I don't even care.
But, and then you play Allura, which we know, like, you build so much life, we have to swing at you.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, 2 days of multiple Magic games in a row, you ended up being the target. And when Lucas swung at John, I was sitting there with, like, no defenders, and I had untapped lands. I remember you saying, Spencer has a trick up his sleeve. I don't want to swing that way. I had no idea that anyone even thought I had a trick up my sleeve because I had no tricks up my sleeve. And I was sitting there like, oh my God, he's not swinging at me.
Right?
Thank God.
I wasn't sure, but I know you. And it was Jund, and you had like 6 mana up. So I was like, that might suck.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'll do it next turn or something. I was trying to fish it out for a turn to see if you'd play stuff.
Payback's a bitch.
And then basically, literally right after that, Colin's like, oh, hey, guess what? Bull ass a Citadel.
No,
bam,
I
blew
your field up. Then
oh yeah, you wiped. Yeah, that's right.
It was good. I felt good after that. Okay, wait. Can we just? John. Can I read your commander that you played last night, just so we can talk a bit about it?
I can read it. Maybe I should.
No, let me read. Let me.
You know what? No, I think John should.
No, I want to read it exactly like John read it. So John read. I'll read it like you read it.
No, can I read the part? Can I read you how I read it?
Yeah, read how you read it.
Okay, there are 5 sentences on the card.
Ooh, 5.
One is in parentheses, and this is what I read: abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate.
Done.
That is how I
Done.
read it.
Let's make a deck. Let's pay. Let's buy
sentence,
cards and
I
boom.
made my deck based on that.
It's amazing.
It's like, wow, this is so powerful. It's like a training grounds in Boros.
It's kind of like
it actually is, because even though it doesn't say it on training grounds, it's an unspoken rule on like part of the or not the Oracle text, but also just the general rules of Magic say you can't reduce activated ability costs below 1.
Okay.
So they put it on the card this time, but they normally don't. Or they haven't in the past.
Yeah. So when I'm using like Training Grounds with Scion, for example, it just cuts it in half. It doesn't make it free.
Yeah,
It's pretty good though. Still.
and it's usually like this hasn't happened in a long time. Like usually when I go to finally like put that deck together, it works on some level. And This one didn't work on quite the level I thought it was going to be. And, part of it has to actually do with the hand I had. I was like, oh, I have infinite combos in my hand on turn 4. I'm going to have to, like, play down. And then tried to do a little janky thing. It's like, oh, you can't do that right now because it reduces it to 1 and you don't have mana open. I was like, what? Oh, God.
And then Lucas smacks you with cats. And there
I'm
you
going to
go.
destroy
Punishment.
Zerda, guys. You just wait. Zerda's coming back.
Yeah, we're going to really
we all look
underassume
forward to
Zerda.
it.
I feel like we're all going to be like, oh, whatever, he played Zerda, who cares? Like, Lucas just going to hit him and kill him again, whatever. And then you're just going to do some artifact jank and
Tap, untap, yeah, search, bounce, return, cycle. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
I even put this card in. It's called Baton of Morale. It's a 2 to cast artifact. Pay 2. Target creature gains banding until the end of turn.
Yes, it's amazing.
Because I was like, wait, I could just give creatures banding for 0 at will. No, you got to pay 1. So I think I've decided that paying 1 to give creatures banding is not quite what I'm looking for in a certain deck.
Yeah, because in Boros, 1 is a lot.
I have a
Actually,
banding.
I think I had the most mana at the end of last game.
Yeah,
I have a banding commander deck in the works, and Baton of Morale is in it.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Banding is really cool, man,
Nice.
and nobody plays it. Nobody. So that's
Maybe
cool.
I'll keep it in the deck. I don't know.
Oh man, it was funny. Like I felt so bad, but I'm like, that's amazing. This sentence matters.
I felt bad.
Nothing else matters.
There really is. I mean, the first part doesn't matter because you're not playing companion. So really, there's like 2 sentences, and then there's like 1 other sentence. So, I felt kind of bad for you, but it was the second sentence that you should have part of it. I just thought it's funny.
Yeah.
And when that Zerda
buddy.
comes back, John's gonna play one of the cards needed for his infinite combo or something, and I'm gonna point everyone to it. I'm gonna say, "This is what's gonna happen soon," and you guys are gonna ignore me.
Yeah, we're gonna be
I
like,
was just gonna
you're gonna
say,
attack
and we're
me.
not gonna listen.
"But you mean the guy who didn't even read his commander? Come on, how could he win?"
I
And
feel
then
like,
you're dead.
We're already
Spencer,
hypothesizing
you
the
do
game.
that, but I think you do it more to me.
Well, you play
You're
more
like-
combos.
Your thing is like, I play a card and you're like, somebody's going to do something to you. And as soon as they're kind of looking your way, you're like, okay, but here's what's going to happen.
Yes.
John is, and then you just like say like what you think I'm going to do. And sometimes sometimes you're spot on. I just say you're more than 50%. But other times I'm like, no, I'm just playing like Morph Tribal. I'm not going to do that thing that you said.
Man,
That's
but
how
no,
Spencer
like
plays though.
the past couple of games we were playing, like it was us. You weren't there, John. He was doing all that to Colin. So don't worry.
Man.
Don't.
He removed.
Like, yeah,
remember
don't
you
feel
removed like
victimized
5
on
things
that.
of mine in a row. I'm like, or you kept bouncing it, and then eventually you're like, I'm starting to feel bad. I'm like, you know what, man? You just play to win. That's cool. Don't worry. I was in a pretty good mood that day.
And
Why use your interaction when you can get other people to interact for you?
Right? And then the
Spencer
other two
motto.
is because usually I'm the first coming flying out the gate. So Spencer's like, Lucas, how do I not piss you off?
Yeah.
Because your board is scary. How do I get you to kill other people and not swing at me?
It was good.
That's usually the conversation we have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like hitting the gas pedal. What can I say?
He's a gasman. He's
You
a
know what I
gasman.
mean? A little bit of redneck coming out. Just gear up. Just bwah. Oh man.
Lucas doesn't have any brakes on his in his decks.
Nope.
Nope.
Why install them?
Gas.
Oh yeah.
All vehicles.
Waste of parts.
Why install brakes when you could just run into something and it'll stop you?
Right, see, exactly. And the something is one of you guys.
Yes. Says the person who's probably in jail at this point. Why
Well-
break when I can just run into things?
Yeah.
Said the lifer.
Oh, right. Ghostly prison.
Yeah, good point.
Oh
Jeez.
man. Well,
Fair
I
enough.
think that's about time, y'all. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's close it down.
Let's close this freaking show
We
down.
didn't really
man.
go nowhere today.
I thought we basically
went
went
to a lot
on
of somewheres.
topic.
We
Yeah.
went, but then I don't know. At the end, I think right at the end, I was really happy with that.
Well,
It
You
was
know
getting
what?
too magic-y and serious. We had
Yeah.
not enough
Luke-
shenanigans.
Lucas, I know what your decks do. You see, the problem is if your decks go below 50 miles per hour, they explode.
Oh my god, my decks are speed.
Speed.
Guys.
Lucas's deck. Oh, let's do movies.
now Keanu.
What are our decks like in movies? Okay,
Oh
so
my
you're
God.
Speed.
What's up? Keanu Reeves coming at
Speed.
you. Boom!
Keanu Reeves. Spencer.
That's right. Repping some more
What would
Canadians,
Spencer
dude.
be? Spencer be like, what's like a
Oh, I just thought of
the
it.
Bourne Supreme, the Bourne series. He's like the Bourne series.
No, I just thought of a terrible answer. So take it with a grain of salt because it's funny, so I got to say it. He's the guy from Saw. He's making everybody.
Yes,
he's making
it's
everybody
Saw.
do
Oh my
stuff.
God, that's
He's
amazing.
sitting there. Now you must attack him, and you must return this.
That is perfect. Oh my God.
Love you, buddy.
Oh. I guess for John.
I get it.
Yeah. What's a movie about artifacts?
I know. I'm trying to think like the Tinkerers or like Pinocchio or something. I don't know why.
I'm a real Magic player.
I'm Geppetto.
Geppetto.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Great Mouse Detective. That's about making. He's like
This is tough.
Oh, dude, Back to the Future.
Oh.
You open up the door, and there's all the contraptions.
Oh, it's pretty much any movie where there's featuring.
Oh yeah, and then Colin's just sitting there. He's like, "Hey McFly,
What about
give me
iRobot?
artifacts."
You could be iRobot, maybe. How about that? iRobot.
There's at least one card in my deck that's trying to like derail my.
Yeah,
My own
basically
plans.
any of those kind of movies,
Like the
Space
Commander?
Odyssey.
Oh, guys, we're wrong.
the
We're wrong.
story, yeah.
We know what
sorry.
it is. It's Jurassic
What?
Park.
Oh, well,
not
it,
so-
it,
For
it
the
was.
one
Not
deck,
just
though.
not just because of dinosaurs, because it's a perfectly balanced ecosystem that inevitably leads to giant monsters eating you.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it took a really long time to build.
Oh man, I really wish I knew like Ian Malcolm's rant. You know where he's like, and you packaged it and you put it on a lunchbox and now you're selling it. You're selling it, and just such a good.
We may need to come back to this. This is great. We could dig into this farther. This
think
is hilarious.
Colin
I think
is-
speed is spot on for me, though.
It gets
I
better.
think Colin is a Nicolas Cage movie,
Yes.
like National Treasure or Gone in 60 Seconds or something.
See, it's
He's like,
funny.
he'll
I was
steal
going to
your
say
stuff.
you for National Treasure because he's treasure hunting. And it's
Maybe Wall-E. What about Wall-E? You know that movie where
Wall-E.
it's like all like garbage land and it's like all
yeah.
everybody's robots.
You know what?
and
That makes
stuff.
sense because I mean your decks are garbage.
Well,
So
me, I was talking about John. I'm a Nicolas Cage film. I want to be what's the one with not the bees, not the bees,
the bees, not the bees.
What's that
The
movie
Wicker
called? Is that
Man.
called The Bees?
Wicker Man.
You want to be Wicker
Man.
Man?
Yeah, me and Spencer
you
watched
want
it
it,
at
you can
university.
have
it was
it.
amazing. Not the bees,
Okay.
not the bees. So I am Wicker Man.
my
Okay, fair
God.
enough. That's
Nicolas
pretty cool.
Cage.
Weird
Oh my
cult
god,
We
that's
could-
so
we could-
funny.
hey.
killing Nicolas Cage.
We can come back to this. It's pretty good so far, though.
I want to. This is hilarious.
So, John, that monologue,
my
do you know
God.
who he's talking to when he's like talking? Ian Malcolm?
Isn't he?
He's talking to the main.
I think it's when he's at the table enjoying the sea bass.
He's
I think he's
talking to
talking to everyone.
John. He's talking to
Talking
a
to
character
Hammond,
named
yeah.
John.
He's talking to Johnny Boy John.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
talking to John Hammond.
Don't you see
but
the
he's in a
danger,
room
John?
full of other people.
Don't you see the danger, John, in what you're doing here? This deck is the most awesome power the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that found his dad's gun. I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here.
Spencer,
That's what
yes.
we're talking about right now. We're
That
talking about Zerda, baby.
It's Zerda. Zerda. Well, I guess
Well,
so.
you know what?
That's
I could
amazing.
Actually,
Oh
you can make
my
decks based
God.
off of. I could just make decks based off of Jurassic Park scenes. Like I could do the one where they're
Just
being
scenes.
introduced to Jurassic Park, and John Hammond is in the like tour thing, like talking to himself. He's like, "Hello, John. Hello, John.
Hello, John.
No, okay.
Can I have some of your DNA? Ouch, John, that hurt.
Ooh, double vision.
I challenge you to make a deck around the scene when the guy sticks his arms in the Triceratops crap.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Oh, wow.
Do
That's
it.
a big
And if
pile
anyone who
of
could build
crap.
it.
Dino droppings?
Necrotic
Oh,
ooze.
dropping's not a big enough word. That was so much crap.
That's one big pile of...
Really, isn't it? It's a big pile
Yeah,
of shit.
that's what he says.
That's a big pile of shit.
There we go. So that's my challenge to you, John.
Make a big
Make
pile of
that
shit.
scene.
You know what? I think you've done it already, buddy. Zerto.
Definitely gonna have a poly... I'll have like a Polyraptor combo thing with like some kind of Polyraptors and pillow fort.
And eggs,
So
yeah.
I like set up a pillow
Eggs.
fort, and then inside are all the Polyraptors.
That's freaking awesome.
Is there a way you could have something like a card that has the ripple effect of the cup just shaking before the dinosaurs show up?
Damn.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Well, wizards,
That
get
would be
onto
neat.
it. All right.
Oh, dude, suspend
yeah.
dinosaurs.
Suspend dinosaurs.
Oh.
With what? With who? The only suspend commander is Joyra.
Yeah,
Blue,
I'm sure
red.
There's other weird things. Yeah, you could.
Oh, he could figure it out.
Yeah, there's something.
You got it, John.
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
That'll be cool. That'll
All right,
be cool.
let's clean
keep
this up.
All right, fine. But we're going to come back
Clean
to it
up. You
later.
guys
This
are
is
talking about
hilarious.
shit and poops.
Not
and
the bees.
dinosaurs.
Not the bees!
The bear.
If I slow down this bus, we're all going to die!
Well,
Oh,
So
boy.
we've got let's start off with Keanu.
Ooh, wait.
Keanu, tell us
sorry.
about in our cleanup what's going on.
Hang on. We're going to have to wait for a sec because there is a
Oh.
phone ringing, which will be coming through my mic. There we go. So we have to cut a bit of that in post. Anyway, sorry. Bit of work. Anyway,
All right, Keanu.
so cleaning it up. That's right. So if you haven't checked out yet, you're not watching it on there, please check out our YouTube channel. We've got awesome EDH gameplay episodes, what we're famous for, deck techs on those, and we've also now started rocking some weekly live EDH streams. Videos are going up there too. It's connected to all of our social media. The channel's really blowing up. We're having a blast doing it, so definitely come on, check it out. We look forward to seeing you there.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Boom!
Boom.
Alrighty, Spenny, what's going on in the Streamiverse?
Well, you can catch us every Wednesday streaming on YouTube and Twitch, our EDH gameplay videos. Check us out. We play at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's going to be good. We also have EPs coming, and you know what? After this, I'm going to combo out on these foos just to keep the topic going today.
And we're all going to kill Spencer first.
Yep. Let's
Yeah.
do Spencer first.
Well, Operation Kill Spencer First is in effect.
100%.
Thanks for listening in today. We had a good time, a blast, I would say. Especially at the end there, figuring out our movies. So yeah, thanks for joining us. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, comment. If you're on some kind of streaming service, podcasty thing, directory, like Spotify's and iTunes, please do review us. That helps a lot. And hey, well, Megabowl's coming up. Megabowl. August 1st. Boom. I think we forgot about it, but Megabowl.
Yes. 100%.
2 p.m. till late, August 1st. We're gonna be getting our deck together and getting ready to do some slanging. But for all you folks at home, until we see you next time, please do.
I guess keep on slanging. It's kind of a weird way of introducing that. Keep on slanging and watch out for the bees. Peace out.
Later.
Music for this episode was adapted from the song Wholesome by Kevin MacLeod. Further attribution information can be found in the episode description. If you want to support our channel, review, comment, or become a patron, you can also check out our EDH gameplay and other content on our YouTube channel.